So, a while back, I told you I was going to be making a thing of which I would need to make several. This is making sense in my head. I wasn't going to tell you what I was making, and you said that you were up to this challenge. So, I have to make a few of these for where I'm starting. But I can't just take my needle out or all my stitches will fall out, and then all of this knitting I've done this far will go to waste, and that seems kind of foolish. So until fairly recently, how I would go about this is take a different color yarn and put a needle through, like sewing needle style needle through it, and run it up along the length of this table and run it through and pick up each and every stitch, and then make sure I don't have any of the stitches caught on the needle, and then pull the thread yarn out through the other side and tie it off. Then I can pull my needle out. And it's, I mean, still probably the primary way that most people do this, but it's still kind of a pain in the ass. So instead, what we can do is take your needle, since I'm very, very blind, stick your head way close to the thing. And so now I have a piece of tubing stuck to my needle. And since my tubing is smaller than my needle, so long as I don't push on the tubing, I can get all my stitches off onto the tubing. And while this still kind of looks like a pain in the ass, where it really, really shines is that when I am ready to pick up and start knitting again, I just have to connect my needle back to it and pull it back onto the needle all in one swoop. So, yeah, so that's my needle, here are my stitches, and I can use, if I really want to be safe, one of those, excuse me, things I was showing you last night. I think it was last night. And so remember how this version, the black one, was much, much cheaper than the red one. And again, I can't see. There we go. Nope, not there we go. Oh yeah, it is. So the black one was much cheaper than the red one. So the tubing is sold, gosh, I don't know, it maybe works out to about $10 a foot. Maybe $9 a foot. And of course, having worked for a guy who was an electrician, I knew about shrink tubing, and I knew that shrink tubing was expensive, and then I remembered all of the other tubing wraps and goldfish tubing and all sorts of stuff. So again, this was like, I don't know, $10, and is 54 yards. So I suspect I've come out ahead again. But anyway, you still, yeah, this is me being silly for you, and not that that's particularly new or anything. And I can cut this now. And go make at least one more. At least. I will talk to you later.